Every weekend morning at garage sales nationwide, the identical quiet trade happens. A buyer arrives at 7, shells out pocket change, and departs with heavy profits. Not by chance, via instruction. They recognize exactly which 10 items the typical crowd bypasses. And right now, I am delivering that guide. The whole strategy fits in your pocket. Your smartphone, a $3 magnet, plus a tiny UV light. And first on the list sits the grossest item on any surface. A strand of discolored synthetic-looking beads that might fetch $7,000. Let's start searching. Number 10, the $1 bucket. Every event has one. A snack container or a shoe box overflowing with knotted necklaces, mismatched earrings, and broken clocks tagged by the bin because the owner felt lazy. Here is where your magnet earns its $3. Authentic gold and silver remain non-magnetic, so anything that clings onto the magnet stays ignored, while anything that rejects it gets 30 additional seconds of your scrutiny. Next, the mobile. Gold possesses a public rate per gram that resets every 60 seconds. Thus, a ball of snap chain stops being garbage and transforms into a deal you can calculate while standing in a driveway. A singular 14-carat necklace weighing 15 grams contains nearly 9 grams of pure gold. And at current valuations, that represents hundreds of dollars hidden in a $1 bin, waiting for the one person who bothered running the numbers. Plus, one warning before anything gets discarded. Check the closures. Renowned jewelers mark their chains on the clasp, and one hallmarked piece can eclipse the value of the entire container. The vendor appraised the box. You are valuing the contents. Those represent two distinct figures, and the void between them becomes your weekend. Number 9, everything obsidian. This is the most lucrative shade at any tag sale, and nearly everyone shuns it. Vendors slash prices on dark, grimy-looking metal because it seems ruined. But silver is the element that oxidizes black. That thick, uniform storm cloud patina is what genuine silver becomes when stashed in a cabinet for decades. Plated, cheap stuff degrades differently. It peels away in spots, revealing yellow alloy underneath because nothing precious existed there. Now, I have explained previously that quality contemporary silver is rhodium-coated, so it never tarnishes. And that is accurate, but vintage silver was never rhodium-coated, meaning at a garage sale, darkness isn't wreckage. Darkness is a birthmark, evidence of years and proof of metal, and it wipes clean in 5 minutes for the cost of a rag. The crowd sees filth. You spot silver wearing a disguise. Number 8, the gentleman's cedar box. Here's a trend I've tracked for 2 decades. The ladies' accessory section gets picked bare by 8 a.m. The dusty bin of men's items beside it never even gets opened. Inside, cufflinks, and the antique ones are solid gold, mother of pearl and hand-painted Art Deco patterns, tie bars and signet bands, real precious metal from an age when a man owned 3 jewelry pieces. And every single one was quality. And the sleeper of the century, the pocket watch chain. Vendors appraise them as vintage cords. Collectors realize that a proper watch chain was a man's primary visible display of status constructed accordingly, and is frequently solid gold with genuine heft. Handle one and weigh it. A serious Victorian watch chain reaches 20, 30, or 40 grams, and if the magnet rejects it, the driveway arithmetic from item 10 applies instantly, and suddenly the grimy box nobody touched is the most expensive spot at the event. The best hunting ground at any fair is the table half the visitors assume is not for them. Number 7, the holy relics, crucifixes, saint medallions, rosaries. Watch vendors near these goods and you'll observe something human. Valuing the sanctified feels wrong, so they set prices low just to clear them out. Meanwhile, the objects themselves head the other way because in the Catholic traditions of Italy, Spain, France, and Latin America, a cross wasn't mere decoration. It represented the family's most serious gold, and that traditionally implied 18 karat, softer, warmer, and more valuable per gram than most American trinkets ever were. Ancient rosaries follow identical logic. Silver connectors, garnet stones, and real Mediterranean coral, a material that has quietly become costly in its own right. Greed dictates the price sticker on these tables. Merit writes the truth. Number 6, the heavy silver from Mexico. It rests in the ethnic costume pile, bold, sculptural, weightier than everything surrounding it, tagged at $5 as a memento. Inspect the back. If you locate the word Taxco, an eagle emblem with a small digit on its body, or the figures 980, you are not holding a souvenir. You are holding assayed Mexican silver. And here's the fact almost nobody at that sale understands. 980 signifies 98% pure. That is finer than sterling, finer than the standard metal at Tiffany. The eagle mark carries its own advantage. Mexico discontinued it back in the 80s, which means an eagle isn't merely a purity hallmark. It is a birth certificate confirming the object is authentically vintage. And if the item bears the interlocking WS of William Spratling, the American who resurrected the entire Mexican silver industry in Taxco starting in 1931, you have just acquired the work of the father of Mexican silver, traded by experts for hundreds and for the right items, thousands. The vendor wrote, souvenir. The Mexican government stamped, assay. Now, if you are already organizing this weekend differently, you're exactly whom I create these clips for. So, press follow, because the next 4 are the items pros set alerts for. And number 1 hides behind the nastiest mask in the entire accessory universe. Number 5, the silver and turquoise from the Southwest. Navajo, Zuni, Hopi. At tag sales, it gets ignored as tourist junk, and sometimes it is. But the real article carries a lineage collectors bid high for. It is called Old Pawn, items that indigenous families mortgaged at trading posts along the rail line as liquid capital, the way other families utilized banks. Most of it was dutifully redeemed. The items that weren't, the dead pawn, entered the trade years ago and have been sought by connoisseurs ever since, strictly because this was never produced for vacationers. It was crafted by Navajo and Zuni metalsmiths for their own households, hammered out of coin silver using tools fashioned from wagon springs. Ordinary old pawn bracelets, bands, and buckles trade between $350 and $500, and exceptional early works reach into the thousands. 2 field tests separate fortune from trash. Firstly, the stamp work. Hand-hammered detailing is charmingly slightly uneven, whereas machine work is dead precise. Secondly, the gem. Authentic turquoise features a natural irregular spiderweb matrix, whereas the knockoffs are tinted howlite white rock soaked in blue. The same ruse I explained in the fashion world. $5 says tourist trash. The stamp work says 1940. Number 4, the tiny enamel from Scandinavia. Somewhere on that surface is a small silver butterfly or leaf, shimmering with glassy colored paint, tagged for $1 because it is petite. Flip it over. If you notice 925s, the word Norway or Denmark, investigate further because Scandinavian silver is a specialized market lurking in plain sight. David Anderson of Norway, creating since 1876, made those enamel butterflies and leaves iconic, and buyers today resell them for $150 to $300 each, with the rare butterfly shades climbing higher still. Hunt for the firm's tiny balance scale symbol adjacent to the silver stamp, a detail fakes never copy. And the king of the region, Georg Jensen of Denmark, is one of the most coveted marks in all of silver. His numbered creations start in the hundreds, and the scarce ones jump far beyond that. Small nation, small pin, major cash. Number 3, the plastic that outperforms gold. In the $5 bin, among the beads and the shattered glasses, sit thick vintage plastic bangles. Nearly all of them are garbage, but a few are bakelite, the inaugural fully synthetic substance in history, created in 1907, and buyers battle over it. Deeply carved bakelite bangles fetch $100 to $500. The layered, multicolored, and shaped pieces jump into the thousands, and the shades connoisseurs pursue hardest or butterscotch, deep red, forest green, and navy blue. And you can test it right there at the counter with your bare palms. Primarily search for seams. Bakelite was sliced and chiseled from solid bars, so a visible mold line implies modern plastic, and the search is finished. Then, rub the item vigorously with your thumb until it warms and smell it. Real bakelite emits a sharp chemical odor, the formaldehyde it originated from. Then clink two pieces together. Bakelite produces a deep, heavy thud, while modern plastic clicks. That scent, that tone, that seamless, chiseled exterior, and you've discovered the only plastic on Earth worth pursuing. Number 2, the gold with no engraving. Here's how a seller operates. No trademark, no verification, likely fake. $1. Here's how the metal operates. I was forged in a hamlet in Europe 80 years ago and nobody requested paperwork. Older gold, and particularly European gold, follows alternative laws. You will encounter 583 and 750 instead of common carat stamps. Tiny profile and enamel hallmarks, stamped by ministries instead of corporations. And very frequently, nothing whatsoever, because a century of use polishes markings right off. So perform the field tests instead. Hefted first because gold is denser than it's seen. The magnet which real gold ignores. And the abrasion spots because plating wears off to a different hue at the rims, while authentic gold remains yellow all the way through. I taught you that a name can be missing and the worth still present. Identical rule here. The stamp is for the seller's assurance. The metal never required it. And number 1, the gross yellow beads. Every estate liquidation has them. A bulky-looking strand of cloudy, discolored, plastic-looking beads. The single most neglected object on any display in America. Except the color possesses a title in the auction world. Butterscotch egg yolk antique Baltic amber. And it is sold, I mean this literally by the gram, like a precious alloy. At auction, a 30-gram egg yolk necklace has reached $1,750. A 38-gram strand, $3,000. And one 33-gram necklace hammered at $7,000 for the beads everyone walked past. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all find a fortune on your next garage sale.